Hello traders, and welcome to the market opening preview on a Monday, March 16th, 2015. Traders, my name is William Gilday and I'm coming to you live from Thailand, and it's a beautiful, bright, sunny day, blue skies and white sandy beaches. Traders, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Great to be with you, traders. If you would, please let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday. I'm your moderator through the market opening preview series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006. In 2008, I retired from a wonderful career in the fire rescue department out of the great state of Florida. Traders, 9 days later, I came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday to celebrate my 27-year career. Well, traders, it's 2015 and I'm still here. Yes, traders, I do trade the Forex market every single day. I am listening to fundamentals, I am watching charts, I am looking for opportunities and probabilities to get profits in my trades. And of course, I totally enjoy educating and doing these videos. All right, let's move on to legal stuff. We've got 6 currency pairs to talk about today. This is our risk disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Most of all, traders, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. If you've been on a demo account and you finally went to a live account, you will see a change in your trading. And that is normal. There is nothing wrong with that. It's going to happen. All right, let's get over to news and commentary. We'll start off with some numbers. Let's go to the U.S. session that closed on Friday. The Dow is negative 0.82%. The S&P was negative 0.61%. And the NASDAQ was negative 0.44%, with the Russell 2000 also in the red at negative 0.36%. Going over to the Eurozone, the DAX closed positive at 0.87%. The FTSE 100 closed negative 0.30%. And the CAC 40 closed positive at 0.46%, with the Euro Stoxx 50 closing at 0.41%. Doesn't look like it was a bad day in the Eurozone. All right, traders, we're going to talk about some countries that are currently trading as we come over to Asia. The Nikkei 225 is currently up at 0.22%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is in the red at negative 0.10%. The Shanghai is positive at 0.20%, with the Hang Seng in the red at 0.19%. And the Kospi is barely in the green at 0.07%, but hanging on. So mixed in Asia. New York on Friday, red, and the Eurozone did pretty well, I'd have to say. All right, let's talk about data today. There is no high-impact data except for ECB President Draghi speaks, and there's no information on my news feed that's saying where he's speaking at, but he speaks late in the New York session. So he speaks like just before, about an hour before the New York close. So he's speaking at like, it's going to be 3 o'clock. He speaks 3 o'clock in the afternoon in New York time, Eastern Standard, 3 p.m. All right. Commentary. Good day Friday. Our trade plans worked out really well. The only one that didn't work out was the New Zealand dollar. And basically what happened was it gave us an entry, but it pulled back. So you either got stopped out or you're still in the, you probably did not get stopped out. You either exited the trade or you're still in the trade. But it didn't hit the stop. It hasn't gone that far. So that's what's going on there. A couple of things to watch out for as we move along. Tomorrow in Asia, we have, out of the Aussie, we have monetary policy meeting minutes, which is a high impact data. So keep an eye out for that in our next Asia session. The other big news for the week that really doesn't affect the Forex markets, but I think it's going to affect the markets of the outcome, and that is that Israel is getting ready to have elections, and current Prime Minister Netanyahu is behind in the polls. So looks like it's going to be a tight race there, and we'll see how the markets react to that. And that is Tuesday, the 17th of March. So we have a ways to go there. All right. So other than that, you know what, folks? We are in the same mode. We are going to buy the dollar. We are buying the dollar. There's nothing else to do but buy the dollar. And as long as these pairs keep trending as they have been, we're just going to take advantage of that and keep rolling with it. All right, so what do you say? Let's head over to some 60-minute Forex charts. Traders, these are 1-hour charts. That means that each candle is 1 hour, all right? And I do trade the 1-hour charts, by the way. I enjoy trading the 1-hour charts. Only have to go to your charts 10 minutes before the hour, right? And you can evaluate the situation. As usual, we will start with the euro dollar. The euro dollar, basically what we have is that we had a really nice sell-off on Friday, and what we want is we want to pull back up to this 38.2. I don't know if we're going to get past that 23.6. I just don't know if it's going to make it back that far, and that's at 1.0514. You know, we'd really like it to, but I'd really like to see it get back up to the 38.2, and we can take this to the downside. We want to take profit about the 1.0453 area and take this down. You know, this thing is just dumping, and as long as it keeps dumping, and once we break this fib, if you look left of the chart, traders, there is nothing there. I mean, we're at all-time lows here. We're like at 12-year lows. So if this continues, you know, we're going to be to parity in 2 months, if not less. I mean, this thing's just moving. This thing's on the move to the downside, and the euro is going to be to parity before you know it. So we need to pull back, and then we can take our entry. Really don't want to take an entry without a pullback. Even where price is right now, it's really not a good area, because what are you doing? You're trading right into support. So you don't want to do that. So we'll just keep an eye on that. So again, we want to buy the dollar. I'm not interested in buying the euro, not on this pair. All right, let's take a look at the pound dollar. Pound dollar doing very well. If you look at this chart spatially, you know, the only negative here that the Bollinger Bands are closed, and you know, that's okay. There's no volatility in the market. I'm recording this in the Asia session, and there was no news in Asia today, so it was very quiet. And of course, the charts are showing that. And what we're looking for is we just want to continue this ride to the downside. We know that the pound is not famous for giving pullbacks. This can just, you know, start a red candle and just drop. And we know that. So even though we know that, we still want to pull back. I'd like to really see it get back to this 1.4798 area, which is the 50% Fibonacci level on the chart. And then we would take profit at 1.4692. You know, I'd really like to see this just give us some kind of a pullback. If it goes to the 38.2, you know what? I'm okay with that. And we can take the pullback from there and we look for the bearish candlestick formation and head on. But if you take a look at the last 2 candles, you will see that they're dojis. So, you know, indecision candles, and, you know, we'll probably get ahead in the sideways mode until London Open, as there's no data today. It's very, very quiet day today. All right, let's go over to the other pair that we trade on a normal basis and pretty radical, and that is the Aussie dollar. I talked about the Aussie dollar quite late on Friday's video, and what we talked about was that this is at the 200 exponential moving average, and what was it going to do? If you remember, Friday's trade was a trend line trade, and what was it going to do? Well, it did. It broke that trend line to the downside and just took off and just continued taking the short. Even gave you 2 pullbacks, so you could have gotten in this pretty safely on Friday. So The Aussie dollar continues to be bearish. We do want to pull back again between the 38.2 and the 50%, with 0.7658. We'd like to see a bearish candlestick formation. This 23.6 is really resistance and previous support, and this is going to be an area that's going to be a little difficult to get through. So we're going to have to watch this as we get into the London Open, and see how this works out. But we just want to sell this. And it's really a good day to do it because there's no data out, and that's good because we know the Aussie reflects to any data that comes out. The Aussie dollar usually reacts to it. So the Bollinger Bands are open. I mean, there's really no problem with the Bollinger Bands. The top Bollinger Band's pointing down, but I'm more interested in the bottom Bollinger Band. But they're open, and I'm sure that top Bollinger Band, you can see it's starting to curl already. So I'm sure it'll be sideways by the time we get to the London Open. So it looks like a nice trade plan on the Aussie. Let's go over to the Euro Aussie, which this pair is just absolutely amazing. It is moving just so swiftly. Again, this pair gives you your fibs, gives you your pullbacks, and this pair is just trading really nicely. We just want this to pull back up to the 23.6. If you look left to the chart, there's a lot of junk there, and you can see that was previous support. Now it's going to be resistance. And you can see I have it marked at 1.3800. Psychological area, beep, 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 warning. You're not the only one that sees that. It's not just me and you that see that's that level. And, traders are going to take note of that. And there's probably a bunch of pending orders there to either buy it or sell it at that area. So you're going to see some duking it out on this pair at that price level. But I would like to see it come back up to that, and then we can sell it from there. We want to take profit about the 1.3719 area. Here's the Euro Yen. The Euro Yen's been really nice. Look at this chart spatially. Just lean back a little bit, close your eyes and open them, and take a look at this chart. You can see how nice price action's been on this Euro Yen lately. Just so you know, the Nikkei 225 today in Asia opened flat. So even though they are in the green right at the moment, it did open flat today. So we want to see this pull back. Again, this is another pair we want to be between 38.2 and the 50% Fibonacci level, and we will sell this. Pretty easy trade. This is not difficult at all, and we're just going to stay with the trend on this one. And the last pair of the day, my friends, is the New Zealand dollar. Little crazy. This also was a trend line break trade, and it did work. Came down, but you probably did not get stopped out. So you're probably either still in the trade or you exited the trade on your own. I'm just waiting for a bearish candlestick formation at the London Open, and I will take this trade. Hopefully these Bollinger Bands will do something other than what they're doing right now, because they are pretty ugly. Our stop is at 200 EMA, that's that green line, and that's at 0.7379, and we want to take profit at 0.7237. So we'll see what's happening. I don't think we're going to see much out of the New Zealand dollar, as there's really nothing to move this pair today. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, I'd like to thank you for joining me on this new trading week in the Asian session. And it's Monday morning here in Thailand, and it's a beautiful one. Traders, have a great trading day, and always remember to trade smart, not hard. And we will catch you tomorrow before the London Open. Take care, traders, and have a great day.